Hello, everyone. So guess what? I had my live on Sunday and I just put it out into universe to have the international roundtable. And this is almost international. It's actually UK and me in US. But I'm so happy to have two wonderful people with me who actually I happen to know Nick, especially because Nick is one of my favorite followers on Instagram, and he knows because I'm very active there. And Patti, I know she follows me too. She watches my videos and she emailed me. So I want to welcome both of you guys. I'm very grateful for your time today and that we can connect on this almost international roundtable.
Brilliant.
We can
Thank
call
you,
it
Anya.
transatlantic.
Yes. So Nick, tell us, like, you're in UK. Which part of UK you are?
I live in Kent, which is in the southeast corner of UK. I live in a town which is about 50 miles southeast of London. And it's a nice part of the country. We're famous for beer, the hops, and it's an agricultural area. So yes, it's a nice place to live, definitely.
Thank you. Actually, you know, because of you, I put it on my bucket list.
Oh yeah.
When you said Kent before on my Instagram, I'm like, Kent. Okay, Kent on my list.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
And you are like originally from England, right? Born and raised in UK.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. I live in the town that I was born in, and I spent many years living in London, sort of like going off having adventure and trying to find myself and all that. But I've eventually come back to my hometown to live here, and yeah, very comfortable.
It's beautiful. I can feel it. You're happy there. It comes out from the screen.
Yeah. It's a nice place to live. Lots of nice things to do, and we get visitors. There's a tourist area. One of the town centres here is like very historic, and has got links to Charles Dickens because he lived here in this town in the early 1800s, and he wrote about this town in some of his books. So you can walk around parts of the town centre and see the places that Dickens included in some of his stories.
No wonder. So, that's now I know because I'm a writer. So okay.
Oh yeah.
Patti, tell us about yourself a little. Where you're from originally and where you are located currently.
Okay, currently I'm in Hertfordshire, UK, which is the town that I'm in is about 25 miles northwest of London. I don't get the sunshine that Nicholas gets. I think you have the most sunshine, I feel like, in the UK. Sometimes I feel like I live in the town of rain. It just rains a lot, but it's a beautiful area. It's right in the middle of the Chilterns, and it's quite a bit of tourism here as well. Very oldie worldy. It's lovely. Canals running through the town center. You can tell by my accent, I'm not originally from the UK. I was born in Fort Benning, Georgia. My father was in the military, moved all over the world, spent about 7 years in Germany when I was growing up.
Oh.
And then I moved back to the UK about 20 years ago. I was transferred here with my company, and I ended up meeting my husband. Ironically, we actually met on the Piccadilly line of the tube. And I knew right away he was going to be the man I was going to marry. It was just instant. So we got married, I stayed here, and I've been here ever since. But I will say it's been very strange. I've always felt like at home here, very comfortable here, but the pandemic has kind of brought it home to me that I'm actually not home. You know, my family, my mother, my siblings, they're all in America. So that was hard. But now things are opening up, and I'm coming home. I'm going home, I should say, this summer, and I'm just, oh my gosh, I'm counting the weeks.
You know, this is great, Patti, because I have a list of questions. Topic. I was like, what I'm gonna talk like, because I have like key points that I would like to bring in on those tables with different people. So actually that's excellent, because I wanted to ask you guys, I have a huge place in my heart for UK. huge. I think it's my past lives. I love England, Scotland. I don't know. I just love. Okay, and I would love to go this year there and visit and just go back and just feel that energy again, you know,
Mhm.
and be not only in London but outside in the countryside. I love the country. So tell me, because it's hard really, even if I do my research, you are there physically. So how is the situation? You said, Patti, you are planning to go to visit your family, right? How is
Mhm.
leaving US, how is leaving UK and traveling outside? And how much do you know about people coming in? How is that situation?
I can tell you, I haven't been traveling, but I know people who have. And I think what you have to do is, to my knowledge, going to the US, you don't have to have, if you're leaving the UK, you don't have to have a PCR test unless the country you're traveling to requires it. And right now, the US doesn't. But coming right now, if you came back to the UK, you have to have 2 PCR tests, 1 or 2, like you have to have one before you leave the country you're leaving, like 72 hours before,
Mhm.
and then 1 a couple of days after you get here, and then 1 5 days after you get here. And I think during that time you need to quarantine. But supposedly, and supposedly June 21st, all the restrictions go away. That's what they're telling us. But
Okay.
they've told us, we'll take that with a grain of salt, because you just never know. So, and I know, from what I understand, as a British person right now, you're not allowed to fly to the US, but
Okay.
I'm
So
allowed to fly
from
because I'm
you,
American.
like you cannot leave UK and go to States, but I could go to UK.
No, I could go to the States because I'm a US citizen.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yes, but I don't think I don't know if Nicholas could right now, unless of course he had to go for work, or you had to look, you had a family member there. I think if you can tell them, you don't have to prove it. You just have to have a legitimate reason to travel. But I do know, because I belong to a group here in the UK on social media that talks about traveling, and a
Mhm.
lot of people are traveling. They're just like, they go up to the airport, and the people at the airport are not asking questions.
Yes, and can I tell you guys, the only thing for me is like I would be like so excited to go, but I don't want to do those tests because
Right, I know.
yeah,
It's
and I
very,
don't. That's why I'm like, hey, I can chill and wait, like England will remain there for
yes.
me.
It's
I
been
just
here thousands of years. Well, see, I'm hoping, because my flight, I'm not leaving until July. And so I'm hoping that all of that is done by the time, because I haven't seen my mom now. And I went last July to visit her. So luckily I got to see her. So it'll be a year that I've seen her.
so I feel like actually it's gonna be opening up, like you're saying, this summer. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, Nick, I want to ask you the question about the muzzle situation. How is the muzzle situation? Do people force it everywhere? Like, please tell me.
Well, generally, there doesn't seem to be too much pressure from shops and services to wear them. But what is happening is that that people are wearing them in all the places that they're asked to. Probably about 90% of people wear them, and you get about 10 or maybe less than that people not wearing them. But what we've got here in the UK, the government have allowed exemptions. So if you decide that you have a good reason not to wear one, then you can wear a badge or a lanyard of some sort to explain that you are exempt
Okay.
from wearing a muzzle. So nobody asks. If you do go into a shop, or if you're on the train and you've got one of these lanyards or one of these badges saying "I am exempt from wearing a face mask," no one asks you. No one says anything.
That is
Um,
great. That you
Yeah.
know what is great, because in California, when I still live there, they didn't care. because people had exceptions or those cards. No, like in the grocery stores, you had to wear it. Otherwise, you will not enter. So no, I'm serious. Like I've been there, and that's why I moved for some time. You know, guys, you know my story. So,
Yeah.
Okay, this means that you actually are able to go and buy like groceries or whatever, and no one will, let's say, kick you out.
Yeah. Do you know, since all this started, I had to wear a mask to fly to America last summer and on the plane, and I had to wear one back. And other than that, I have not worn a mask at all. I have a lanyard, and nobody has ever, no matter, and I go in and out of London on the train, I go on the tube, I go in buses, I go in taxis. I've not been asked.
That is great, Patti. And you were never harassed? No one harassed you about it? You know what? California is more strict, guys.
Yeah, those people are crazy.
Yes. No, it is. It's really
and I think the worst part is it's not like Nicholas was saying, it's not the people in the shops. It's not the, it's just your other, citizens. They've gone like, you can tell. I think, some people look at you kind of jealous and wishing that and then some people they're like glaring at you, but no one has ever said anything to me, ever.
That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. Yeah. And where you work, for example, Nicholas, like at your job, do you have to wear it at work or no?
I am deemed exempt. So there is the policy. I work in a department store within a shopping centre, and the whole area is we're supposed to wear a face mask. But if you have an exemption, then you can wear the lanyard if you want to, and then you don't have to wear it. So when I'm at work and I'm working in the shop, then I've got a little badge that I got off a website that says that I'm face mask exempt. So luckily I don't have to wear one when I'm working, and I'm free to walk around the shopping centre with just a little badge. And nothing like no face mask.
It's better than I thought. I thought like you were like really living in like very strict way, but this is actually better than I thought.
Well, I will say too, to me it's been positive, because I would say for a long time I was the only one not wear, like in the town that I live in is not very big. Nobody ever said anything, but I was really kind of the only one walking around with this lanyard on. But lately, there's a few more of us. I see a few more people here and there, or people now will sort of dip in, they grab a coffee in a coffee shop and, they don't have one on. They're like, oh, I forgot. And the people behind the counter are like, it's okay. I think people are becoming more lax. And there's this fabulous health food shop that they have a sign outside that says, it is not required by law to wear one if you have an exemption. We will assume if you don't have a mask on that you have an exemption.
Amazing.
You should assume the same about us. And nobody.
Common sense. Oh my God, it's common sense.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So it's slowly but surely, I think, and I don't know if Nicholas, if you heard this, because if your child, all the kids here were having to wear masks in school, in the public areas, it was crazy. I didn't want my daughter to. You could tell the principal that they didn't have to, and they wouldn't make them. But of course, she doesn't want to stand out. So it's hard. But as of Monday, that's all going away. They don't have to wear masks anymore in school.
Okay, seriously, guys, like amazing. I love it. I thought it would be like doom and gloom, and this is like actually great.
Well, about a month ago, it was doom and gloom, but it's getting better.
It's so confusing, right, Nick? It's confusing, like with.
Yeah, it is. The thing that I have noticed is that you do get a lot of people out in the street wearing face masks and visors as well, and there's no requirement outside to wear either of those things, but many people do. I suppose they've got their own reasons for it, and I try and respect people for doing. They're free to do it if they want to.
It's true. Yeah, it's just sad picture to see, especially like when I was in Santa Barbara, and I think Nick knows because I talk on my lives all the time about it on Instagram. Nothing like visor on the beach. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh, blimey. Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, I recorded her and I put on the stories. Here she comes, like this song. Here she comes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I have a question now about, because you know me guys already. I feel like you know me, like I don't have to explain things. I'm all about energy, and I really feel that we already won all of this. This is truly like really showing people what was about to happen if we wouldn't win, right? Let's put this way. But within that awareness, there was a shift in energy, I would say in March.
Yes.
Like in the middle of March, that I tangibly felt, like my being felt it, my soul, my spirit, I felt it. So my question to you now is about, do you see now there is more awareness where you live, and people are actually, like, you look in the eyes and they actually understand what's happening, they are waking up? Is it better than it was before overall?
Yes. I see it.
Go on, Patti. I haven't really encountered much people that seem to understand anything other than what the government are putting out through the television. And I mean, really, the thing is, that's partly because I don't really know too many people. I don't really chat to people in the street or in the supermarket. And I wonder, if I did, if I was more sociable out in the community, I might find out things that I don't know at the moment. And they might be good things as well. So there is that chance. I think that there are many other people around us that are optimistic that we're heading towards a very much nicer, better world. But there's, as regards witnessing it, I haven't seen it really yet, because people keep themselves to themselves.
Yes. Okay. Patti, what do you feel? How do you see it in your area? How is it?
I see, well, it's interesting because we only had, up until about 3 weeks ago, maybe, Nicholas, when they opened like non-essential shops. It wasn't that long ago. So prior to that, it was literally grocery stores, coffee shops, takeaways. That's really all you could do, so you'd go in, and the people were always very friendly. None of them ever, approached me as far as, wearing a mask. Some people were jokingly would say they were jealous because they were, sweating and it was causing them all sorts of skin problems. But now that the non-essential shops are open, I am very much a chatty Kathy. I go in and I'm just like, and a lot of the women that are working in places, and this is what I've noticed, women, I think, are more awake than men. On a whole, it's a big, wide, just generalization. But to me, the people that I know, everyone that I know that's awake is a woman, everyone that I know personally. And I am so lucky, because I have my acupuncturist, who prior to the lockdown was basically just my acupuncturist. And we were very cordial, but we never really spent time together. But I ended up calling her during lockdown because I had all this tension, and she said, look, I'm happy to treat you, but I'm not going to wear a mask. You can't wear a mask. I was like, oh, yes. So I went and had treatment, and oh my gosh, the floodgates opened, and we realized she was awake, I was awake. There was another mom at school that I had been friends with for years. We started chatting. We went for walks together. I am so fortunate because I have about 6 people, close to me in my area that are all wide awake, and it's just been a godsend.
This is amazing. This is amazing. What just came to me when you were saying, Patti, sorry, Nika, I will get, what just came to me? Now I have this idea. We have to do this again, 3 of us, in a month from now.
Oh, yes, yes. To see the changes and how things are different. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
But
Yeah,
I
see
will,
what,
I will also say, I know what you mean about the middle of March, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Anya, but on March 24th, we held a massive anti-lockdown march in London. And there, I would say there was 750,000 people there. It was enormous.
Okay.
And the
So,
energy, it
wait,
was
wait.
just,
Was there one or two, rightly? Can I ask you, one or two in London? Was one or
there
two?
was one in
Okay, one,
March.
only one.
Yes.
Before you finish, I have to say this. And it doesn't happen often to me. I'm very like emotional, but not on YouTube so much, really. I came across a video that I cried watching. It was like a documentary about this march.
Yes.
Guys, I cried. I watched the people and they laugh and the kids. Oh my God, like I tear up now. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the spirit of humanity. That was so beautiful. I have goosebumps. So I posted it on my community page on YouTube. They freaking removed this. Like
Yeah.
literally the same day.
I sent a video that I saw. I sent it to Janine actually, of that march, and I have to tell you, Anya, it was just
Beautiful.
literally the feeling I got. I just felt I when I was walking through, I like you, I had tears in my eyes. I was just, it was so amazing to be part of something I know in my heart. It's history making. You know,
Yes.
we are part of history. This is the beginning of the end for what's happening in the world, and it's life changing. And I just can't wait for Saturday, and then I can't wait again until the 29th. I just can't wait to just keep building and building, and you know, because there every single time there's going to be more and more people. I just know it. Yeah.
You know what's
oh,
interesting?
brilliant.
Nick, say, you want to say something, please say, because we are
No,
talking.
no, I'm just confirming what Pat is saying.
Yes. You've got to get off work on the 29th and meet me there, Nicholas.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to talk to the manager and
But
see
you know
if
what's
he can
amazing?
organize.
But Nick, even if you don't go, if you put your attention there, your energy, you are there. This is the most incredible thing now, that we are so energetically, we were always connected, but now we have awareness that we actually, like, there is no separation. For the spirit, there is no separation. It's just the flesh.
Yes.
And people forget this. And I think that March, I will try to find this video. Oh, my Zoom is telling me, like, my Zoom is limiting now my abilities. So anyway, what I want to say is this. We will have this conversation again in about a month from now. I actually feel very good talking to you guys, because I see, like, it's almost like a rubber band with government. They're like squeeze, and then people like pull, and eventually the more you pull this rubber is gonna crash, like crack and break. You just cannot, you cannot, sorry, like used rubber doesn't work anymore. It's gonna be good, I feel. It still takes a little bit more time, but it's gonna be good. And you cannot go back to what was before. When you know, you cannot unknown things. You just cannot unknown them.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you don't, I don't want to unknow it.
Yeah, exactly. There's nowhere to go back. It feels like there is only the now and the forwards future. It's like if we go back, we're doing ourselves a disservice. It's just needing to go forwards, I think.
And you know, another thing, Nicholas, I feel also is the same with people. Like certain people fall off from our life, and actually it's okay. It's okay. It's meant to be this way, because there's a room for new people to come, so we can evolve and they can evolve. And it's really like purging old energy, even represented by people often. Okay.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Guys, I want to thank you so much. I sent all my love to you, to UK, both of you.
You too.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate that you're watching my videos and that you were able to talk to us today. And definitely, Let's connect again in a few weeks from now, and then we are like reporters now. We're gonna check what's happening.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Anything
Yeah,
else you want to add before we end? Like, is there a way do you want people to like support you, or you have some kind of business, or you make some stuff, or some people do things like this? No? Yes?
Not yet, but you never know.
You never know. Maybe
Yeah.
next month. Next month.
Yeah,
Next
next
month,
month.
you never know. I could be doing something.
Yeah, yeah. Life has its surprises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick and I are going to start a business.
You never
Yeah.
know. Then you're gonna surprise us with like a major website and the whole production line, and it's like, here are the products, like QVC.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be good.
Thank you guys so much. Lots of love and appreciation. And yeah, we connect soon. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Anya.
Thank you, Anya.
Thank you.
Take care.